How's it going? And welcome to this section of the course on playing piano by ear. Now, playing piano by ear is a really cool thing because it allows you to learn songs fast. Instead of, spending hours and hours going after measure after measure after measure of sheet music, you can just hear a song on the radio and within 10 to 20 minutes, you can already be playing it. As you get even better, you can literally hear a song on the radio in your car, and by the time you get home, you can already play it without even practicing. And I'm going to talk more about that later. But first, I want to just say that this is one of the courses that I'm most proud of because playing by ear was something I really struggled with. Some of the stuff like technique, I picked up pretty fast once I got it, but playing by ear, it took me a long time to realize that I was really learning it wrong. And once I learned the correct way to learn how to play by ear, it made it that much easier. So when I first started to play by ear, I used to think the way you learn it was to just listen to your iPod over and over and over again. And eventually you just kind of pick it up and you keep trying and trying. Trust me, I used to sit in the practice room for hours trying to learn that way. I did that for like 3 months and I couldn't learn to play by ear. I just couldn't pick it up. And I thought, maybe some people just have the knack for it. Some people have the ear for it, but that's not true. And what happened next is I ended up switching my major to music, and I took this class called oral skills. Now, oral is another word for ear. And so oral skills is another word for ear training. And they took me through the class, and they literally, in 4 months, I learned from nothing to playing songs completely by ear, to being in the car ride home, and the minute I got in the door, I could already play this song. Now, the key to learning to play by ear like this is the system you learn it. Now, if you try to learn the way I was learning, where you just listen over and over and try to learn it, it won't work because that's trying to learn everything at once, right? That's trying to say, hey, let's learn advanced calculus right now. No, first you have to learn basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, all that stuff. Then you learn, ratios, all that stuff. Then you learn algebra. And finally, you get into calculus. And that's the progression. You can't learn calculus just by trying to learn calculus. Just like you can't learn playing by ear by trying to learn to play by ear all at once. You have to take it in increments. So here's how it works. You start off with just 3 notes, right? And you learn to play by ear within those 3 notes. For example, if I told you we're only going to use the notes C, D, and E, and I said, hey, could you figure this song out by ear? You'd probably say, yeah, that's just 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1. That's pretty easy. You probably could already do that. And if you can't, within training a couple of days, you could easily do that. Now, guess what? That's just a song. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Pretty easy, right? Now you're thinking, okay, that's easy, but that's just 3 notes. That's going to be easy. So here's the next step. Once you learn those 3 notes, you gradually add on more notes. So now instead of just these 3 notes, you learn these 5 notes. But the thing is, you're only adding 2 new notes. And since you've already mastered these 3 notes, and you practice them a little bit, those 3 notes are easy. So you're really only learning 2 new notes. And once you learn these 5 notes, then you learn the next couple notes. And eventually you have it where and you can hear all those notes and you can play them by ear. So that's kind of how the system works. Now that's part of it. That's what I call the fundamentals of playing by ear. And you have to go through all those steps. Now there's also another part which is called using clues. And what that basically means is there's little clues that you pick up on the longer you play by ear, and they kind of help you along. So even if you can't figure out, and you say, okay, I know that would be pretty easy to figure out, but what's? Now the way you do that is by learning intervals. So this interval, that's the same interval as the song Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace. So what you do is you memorize a bunch of intervals by learning songs. So for example, Amazing Grace, Now when you hear a song that has this in it, you know, oh, that's just a perfect fourth. And that's a certain interval, and you'll know what notes that links up to. All right, so that's the two things you have to learn. You have to learn the fundamentals, then you learn the clues that kind of help you out when your fundamentals can't get you there. Now, another clue you use is using music theory to help you play by ear. Now, one of the hardest things to playing by ear is learning the left hand, right? The melody, you can sing along to it, you can easily pick it up. But then everybody has trouble with the left hand because how are you supposed to hear harmonies, which is multiple notes played at the same time? Well, the secret to that is actually using music theory. And if you know music theory, you can actually figure out the chords without even hearing the song. If you only know the melody, you can figure out the chords using music theory. And it's a process I teach. I actually have a video for free in the Piano Superhuman course that'll show you how to do that. So in this section of the course, there's going to be the first lesson on playing 1 through 3, and then there's going to be the lesson on intervals. And once you learn those two lessons, you'll have an idea, okay, this is how it works. Now, playing by ear, the complete process, it's a lot too much it's way too big for the Piano Superhuman course, which kind of gives you bits and pieces of everything on piano. Now, if you want the entire system, the entire program of how you learn to play by ear from nothing to being a car ride pianist, I have that course. It's called the Play by Ear Mastery Course, and it comes bundled with the Music Theory Mastery Course. So you can become a theory genius and a play by ear genius. And if you're within the first 7 days of getting Piano Superhuman, of signing up for the Piano Superhuman course, you can get it for 50% off. All you have to do is go to the link below this video, and that'll give you access to the bonuses page with the 50% off. All right, that's all I got for you. Thanks a lot for watching, and happy practicing.